Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. We are so glad to be back for another season at LaSalle TV. And today on the program, I am particularly excited because we get to shine the spotlight on an organization that is making a difference for so many children and families in Philadelphia. That's the African American Charter School Coalition. And they're doing great work. And so we will hear about them. Dawn Chavu is a spokesperson for that organization, so she'll be our first guest. And then when we turn the page a little bit later on in the program, we're going to shine the spotlight on Keisha Davis. And she is the proud owner of Denise's Bakery on North 22nd Street, a premier bakery in the city of Philadelphia. So that's our show. We're going to jump right to it. After this message, we'll be right back with our guest, Dawn Chavu.
To be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much for having me.
Wow.
Good to see you.
It is good to see you, but you didn't say that. You said you can use Rebooted. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV.
Here we go, folks. We are back, and our first guest is with us, Dawn Chavu, and she is representing today. She's a spokesperson for the African American Charter School Coalition. We call it AACSC. Oh, boy. You all are doing great work, Dawn. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Thera. It's an honor to be with you and to share a little bit about the wonderful work of this amazing organization that is supporting children and families across the city of Philadelphia.
Well, first of all, when I think about charter schools and school choice, I think about Congressman Dwight Evans. I think about State Senator, I want to say Hardy Williams, Anthony H. Williams. And then I also think about former state representative John Purcell. And those three people in particular really helped to push everything forward for charter schools to become a reality in this great state of ours. And so I'm excited for them. But the African American Charter School Coalition, why is it so important?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. And you're right. There are some giants in elected office and formerly in elected office because Purcell is no longer in office. But he, along with his colleagues, State Senator Anthony Williams, who was a state representative at the time, along with we have also State Representative and now Congressperson Dwight Evans did some amazing work over 20 years ago to create these options for children and families across the city of Philadelphia. And now thousands of families have benefited. What's really particularly important to me regarding the African American Charter School Coalition is because it's the first of its kind to exist. There were other iterations of Black founded and led organizations that supported school choice, like the Black Alliance for Educational Options, which was a national organization that had local affiliates across the country. But they dissolved their organization maybe 7 or 8 years ago, maybe longer. The AACSC evolved out of a group of Black founded and led school leaders, parents, board members who were all interested in protecting and preserving and expanding options, particularly for families and schools that serve the African American community. And as you know, our public school system is predominantly utilized by people of color. And that is not just the district schools, but also charter schools as well. When we look at the number of charter schools, I think it's around 82 across the city of Philadelphia that exist. And the fact that, 40% of our students that are enrolled in public schools go to a public brick and mortar charter school or a cyber school, they're here to stay. It's like 20 years in the making, particularly with the African American Charter School Organization, Charter School Coalition. Their focus has been to eradicate racism, eradicate inequities that exist within the system, and to increase opportunities for these Black founded and led schools and for all schools, but to also help schools with their academic performance improve their schools, their resources, and support that these schools have, which is sometimes non-existent. And so over the last 5 years, this is the fifth year that this organization has been in existence. It was founded during the pandemic. We have a lot to celebrate. They've done things from helping to get a Ballard Spar report, which was an investigation into racist and biased practices of the district. And while they found that there was no intentional bias, they did acknowledge that some of these systems create bias unintentionally and inequities for minority-led schools. And so through that work, the School District of Philadelphia created an initiative called Project Rise. And over the next 3 years, they'll be working to revamp their framework, which is what they use to evaluate schools yearly and through their renewal. And they're looking to help change the culture of how schools, charter schools, are seen in the city of Philadelphia. And I think that's because of our amazing mayor, who on day one, on election night, when she won, she said, I don't want anybody coming to me saying like charters versus district. All schools need to exist, even private schools for that matter. Now, I'm saying that, not her, but she was very intentional with saying, like, at the end of the day, the work that I do and the work of this organization is to really make sure we're producing what is necessary for children and family and really and parents, And so having options for parents is a good thing, but we need to make sure they're high quality. We need to make sure that schools that are doing the work in neighborhoods, in especially those that are serving low income families, have the means and the tools to be able to educate children and provide the resources for students and families that are coming from marginalized communities.
Well, I hear that there are some premier educators who are part of these various African American charter schools that we have in Philadelphia. And the other beauty of the AACSC is that you do support each other. The charter schools do support each other. And so if there's job openings plentiful at one of the charter schools, sometimes I believe there's like a partnership there to, well, we'll send some resumes out. We'll make for sure that other people know that your school is looking for some more educators to come and join on board. And I look forward to what is yet to come with the African American Charter School Coalition. I know they're going to do great things this new school year.
Yeah, one of the things that we learned last year when the organization had its first retreat, which was hosted by Universal Autumn Reed High School, Dr. Penny Nixon, who's the superintendent and CEO over there, we brought in two seasoned educators, former regional superintendents for the school district, current consultants with districts across the country, and they basically told us, like, you are your greatest asset. You don't need to look to us, just look to each other for sharing, working collaboratively with each other, learning from each other, best practices. And that's what we decided to do very intentionally. Last year, we're doing it again this year. And so whether it's like, finding and learning, like who has openings, what, instructional support is needed, to basic things like, okay, you're doing attendance really well. What can we learn from you that we can adopt in our school? Or your students have outperformed their similar schools, in reading and math. What are you doing to help, your students with growth and proficiency that we can learn? Or it could be as simple as, like, how do we keep teachers motivated in a field where they feel unappreciated and stressed out all the time because they're solving for all things? What kinds of things can we learn from those from each other in terms of what each other is doing well? So the list goes on and on. And so we now are more intentional around having those conversations, because one school that may not be doing well with a particular issue, another school may be. And so there's all this cross collaborative learning and communication happening, which I think is an invaluable resource for for the schools that are a part of the coalition.
Now, 5 years in, the AACSC, 5 years old, and you all are having is this the second annual gala event? What's coming up September?
Yes. Our first one was last year. So this is our second annual gala, happening 5 years into this organization being created. And so we're really excited about it. It's going to take place on September 24th at the Sheraton Hotel, Philadelphia Hotel, which is at 201 North 17th Street. We will have around 200 to 250 people in attendance. It will be a mixture of board members, community leaders, elected officials. We will have students, we will have teachers, we will have parents. And so it's a really great mix and diverse group of people. We're going to be honoring some giants in our city who are leaders, tremendous leaders in our city. But one of the things that I love most about this event are the children. These are we're going to have students not only participating in the performing, but also students that will be participating in the program, from introducing the honorees, giving them their awards, doing the intros. So it's going to be really exciting evening. We're very excited about what's coming up.
Well, I was blessed to be there last year. That was my first real introduction to the African American Charter School Coalition, and I was blown away. I loved the performances by the children. They were speakers on stage. It was a fabulous program. I know that Congressman Dwight Evans is one of the 3 honorees this year, and that's so special, again, because he was one of the leaders to help get charter schools in Philadelphia, and because he is going to be retiring. And so celebrating him is always good to me.
Yes, and
Are there still tickets left? Are there still
what'd you
tickets
say?
left? Are there tickets left?
Yes, there are still tickets left, and we believe, like, let's give people their flowers while they are still here. Charter schools, in my opinion, would not exist without Congressman, then State Representative Dwight Evans, and a few other people. And he definitely helped pioneer this opportunity for so many children and families across the city. The other honorees are Ryan Boyer, who is a union leader. He serves as the business manager for the Laborers District Council of Philadelphia. He serves as the business manager for the Philadelphia Building Trades, and now the vice president of LIUNA, the Laborers International Union of North America. And so we are just so honored that he is able to join us. He has been a very courageous, unapologetic leader around this issue, and this issue of making sure there's equitable choices, options for children and families across the city. And in addition to Mr. Boyer and Congressman Evans, if that's not enough, we also have State Representative Jordan Harris, who just came last year to support the Donna Bullock, who was retiring from, he just came to be supportive, and he spoke, but this year he's being honored. He is the majority chairman of appropriations in the House, and he is also a state representative representing the 186th legislative district. And again, another leader in our city who cares about the interest of children and families, and who supports options for children. And so that's really what's at the heart of this, what's important for us.
Well, I just want to thank you for being the voice, the spokesperson for the African American Charter School Coalition, to let people know what's coming up September the 24th. There are still some tickets left. I hope a lot of educators and family members and people will buy those tickets to be there to celebrate the 5 years that the AACSC has been in existence and the important work you do. In closing, I got to say this. And this takes us off of the subject of the African American Charter School Coalition and onto the subject of Shavu Consulting. Congratulations, Dawn Shavu. 15 years. You go, lady. You go, lady. One of the premier businesses that does the work that you do in the city of Philadelphia. And we're very proud of you. And I thank you for allowing me to just sort of hang around and do some stuff with you every now and then. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us on this edition.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I hope to see people on the 24th of September. It's going to be a great day.
Absolutely. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
We'll be back in a moment, and our next guest will join us. We're going to be talking with Keisha Davis, the proud owner of Denise's Bakery on North 22nd Street. Stay with us.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. As you gather with family and friends, look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. And for 50 years, Covenant House has worked relentlessly to keep them safe and protected. They get clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. So look closer at Covenant House. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
My next guest is with me right now, and I am so delighted for the honor to be able to shine the spotlight on Keisha Davis. She is one of the owners of Denise's Bakery on North 22nd Street in the heart of North Philadelphia. But she's an extraordinary young lady. Aside from being a pastry chef, business owner, and published author, Keisha Davis is a podcaster in her own right, a cable TV show host on Eat This TV network, and a DJ making appearances all over the East Coast and wherever you want to hire her, she'll come. You need her in California, she'll be there. Jamaica, she's definitely going to be there. So we're glad to be able to shine the spotlight on you today, my friend. How are you?
I'm great, Thera. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you today.
Yes. Well, I think I want to start with talking about Denise's Bakery a little bit. Before you owned the bakery with your partner, it was owned by your auntie, Denise Glaus, and she owned the bakery for 25 years. She operated that bakery, right?
Yes, more like 30 years.
Okay.
So the business has been here since 1991. I was a little girl, but the business has been on 22nd Street for over 30 years, serving the community with excellence in products, presentation of the baked goods, excellence in ingredients. And so we've been trying to carry that same tradition that the business was founded on 36 years ago.
I mean, did you know 10 years ago that you were going to own this business one day? I mean, was this a part of the succession plan, or is this something that just sort of happened recently?
Yes and no. I always felt like it. I've always worked closely with my aunt from when I was a little girl through college. If I didn't have a job, I always had a job. And then throughout my career, I have worked as a consultant for marketing and management consulting, and pretty much anything my aunt needed from a business perspective, I was there to help give fresh ideas or just jump in wherever she needed, right? So I kind of thought that I would own the business, just not as soon as I did. I knew it eventually she would want to retire, but it happened sooner than I thought it would, and we were ready to jump in.
Well, you are prepared because you're a proud alumnus of Penn State Smeal College of Business, where you majored in business economics. You also have earned an MBA in international business at St. Joseph's University. You are more than prepared to be a business owner, for sure.
I'll say I've had a little preparation, yes.
And it isn't your only business, because the DJ, that's a business. That's not play. That's not just something you do for fun. I know you love music, but it's still a business, and you're a businesswoman. I know you know how to operate it right.
Yes. It's a passion, but it still takes negotiation and preparation and everything that goes into a business. So yes, I've been doing that for over 25 years.
At Denise's Bakery, approximately, you don't have to give me an exact number, but approximately how many people are you able to employ there?
25 plus.
That's what I thought. And that's what I thought. And that's a major difference too. You're helping the economy in Philadelphia. You're helping families to put food on their tables, and that's so important and special too.
Yeah, Thera, I would say in the past few years, I realized that is an important part of my purpose, or our purpose, is to be able to be a staple in the community and be able to employ people who wouldn't otherwise be employed or employable. And so we try to give people a shot who wouldn't get a shot anywhere else. And we love to see when people are able to grow with us or grow out of us. I mean, that's the best feeling for me, to see growth in other people and empower people.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I have had the opportunity to work with at least 4 commerce directors for the city of Philadelphia since I've been a part of the North 22nd Street Business Quarter. And every last one of those commerce directors, when they come to North 22nd Street for a visit, the first place they all want to go to, all of them, Denise's Bakery, I need some grub.
Yes.
I always want to go to Denise's. I think that's pretty special. The other thing I've got to mention before we run out of time is that you come from a legacy of successful business people. The way I see it is your aunt. We talked about her briefly, Denise, and how proud we are of her. I know I'm proud of her, and I'm proud to say I know her and got to interview her several times over the years, and always up in there eating them sweet treats. That's what I'm gonna blame y'all for putting weight on me.
Oh
But
no.
your
Yes.
grandfather, we'll talk about his legacy for a minute, if you would.
Yes. So my grandfather, Willie Seward, he
Mm,
was
the
he,
heart of North 22nd Street.
yes, he recently passed, 96 years old, but he worked all the way up until he was 95, had a real estate business in the next block, which is named after him. We were able to do that, and you were a part of that. Thank you, there. And so my whole life, I have seen this man work hard at just about everything that he's done. Hard work was just a given. And so I think that is what I've seen in my family just growing up. It was just a given. Uh, Work hard and you'll be able to see the fruits of your labor. And that's pretty much what my grandfather instilled in all of us. And that's the legacy that I'm still trying to carry forward.
Keisha has over 20 years of business experience in sales, marketing, business transformation, IT, and operations. Although Keisha has had varying experiences in the corporate world, she's been working in the bakery environment with her Aunt Denise since she was a teenager. And you shared that already with us, but I had to just squeeze that in there about, again, the experience, the knowledge, and the training that you've had to put you where you are at this point in your life. God is moving in
I
your
was
life.
about to say it's a blessing. It's a
Oh,
blessing. I've been going through my whole life. Like I guess there's a reason why I'm doing these things. And today, it is so evident that every little thing that I've done, from the smallest job that I've had, is proving to be important in the development to get me where I am today.
yeah.
So I will say for anybody who is going through life and going through your career, all of those steps matter to get you to
So
where.
you're a podcaster, you got the TV show going now, and you have a brand new book that's going to be hitting bookshelves around America in a matter of maybe a couple of weeks. That should be
Couple of
out.
weeks, yes.
Talk about the book for a minute.
So it's a cookbook. We developed a cookbook that came out of the Eat This TV show that we did, and then we'll be doing our second season of that show. And then we were asked, why don't you guys put out a cookbook? And so we did. So it's Denise's Delicacies with Chef Keisha. And there are about 80 recipes that came from the spirit of what we're doing here at Denise's, with home cooked feeling, everything done with soul and love,
Yeah,
and just in time for the holidays. So
in time for the holidays.
yeah, so
Well, I
look for
trust
that.
myself. I'm not trying to bake nothing. I'm coming to your store and get everything from Denise's Bakery because I've tried the baking thing, and as old as I am, I don't think things are going to change with that. It's not going to get better for me, but for everybody else who wants to try to do bakery,
Yeah,
delights, I should say, then they can get your book and learn how to do it the right way.
absolutely, absolutely. It's fun. Baking is a science, and I'm just happy to be able to share some of the things that we have accumulated from my grandmother, mother, my aunt, and compile it all into one collection.
Okay, all about the sweet treats in the book. And so, again, the book will be coming out shortly. Folks, you should just be checking social media. Keep your ears up, your antennas up. I imagine we're going to see some stories in the newspapers and on other media as well when the book hits, so that people will know that they can come by it. And at the appropriate time, you'll have some book signings too. So I'll have to reconnect with you so that we can know that people know where to come and meet the author, get your book autographed, and support the book and support Keisha.
Yes, thank you, Thera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And so now, as far as the TV show, is that something that we can see in Philadelphia, or is it on the West Coast? Is it on another?
it's everywhere. So Eat This TV is its own streaming app. You can find us on YouTube, but we would prefer you to go to the Eat This TV app. So that can be downloaded on Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV. My episodes generally air every night around 9 o'clock. prime time. So we're running through the last bit of the first season, and then I will be filming the second season, 12 episodes again in the next few weeks, which is pretty exciting and a blessing.
I know that you didn't like dream all this stuff up overnight, but it's been happening and everything happens for a reason and for a purpose, and it happens when it's supposed to. So to have a book getting ready to hit, you've got the TV show that you already did one season of 12 shows, and they said, oh, you were good. We want you back.
A blessing, all a blessing.
Yeah.
All a blessing, and I'm very grateful for all these opportunities.
And then I know that through your business, you all give back in the community when you can, and that is a blessing as well. Over the years, I know that Denise's Bakery has helped out here and there with different situations where families may be having a repast and they didn't have no money and it was an emergency death, and Denise's will say, "Well, we got some sweet treats to put on the table for you," and things of that nature. And so
Right.
I think that's another one of the reasons why Philadelphia loves Denise's Bakery so well, because you've been good to Philadelphia. Philadelphia's been good to you, but Denise's Bakery has been good to our city.
Yes, we're so grateful that we have such a loyal customer base, and when we can show up, we try to show up, because without them, we wouldn't be here. We would not be here. So we are very grateful for our customers.
Final thoughts that you want to leave with our viewing audience about the bakery, about the book, or about Keisha Davis?
Well, just that we want to continue to serve, and we want to continue to be the favorite of the city, and we don't take that lightly. We want to continue the legacy that my aunt built so many years ago with the excellence of product. We are not, even with the things costing more than we want them to, the cost of ingredients is sky high. We still want to be able to give that same those quality ingredients, quality products. And so we just want to make sure that our customers are happy and satisfied with what we do.
All right now, and I know that they are. So this is all good, good, good. I just thank you so much for popping in on this program, News You Can Use. We appreciate you and all that you do. And we're excited about what your future is looking like with the book coming out, the television show that's got a new season. And
one more thing. So we will be shipping very soon. So please look for that. We will be shipping our pound cakes nationally very
right in for the holidays.
Right for the holidays.
I love it.
So I can't miss that.
All right. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you so much more, Thera. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show with you today.
And you tell Denise Claus we say, hey, what's up?
I absolutely will. I absolutely will. Thank you.
That is it for this edition of News You Can Use. As we close out this program, I just want to remind our viewing audience that we have an election coming up on Tuesday, November the 4th. Every election counts. Every vote is important. And everything is at stake with each election. I know you hear it said a lot, but it's so true. Everything is at stake. So we want you to be ready to vote on Tuesday, November the 4th. If you have not yet registered to vote, the deadline, if you want to participate on November the 4th, the deadline to register is October the 20th. So handle your business. Take care of your business today. Call 215-686-3462. That is the City Commissioner's office if you need to know where to go to register to vote or how to register to vote by mail and to sign up to vote by mail. You don't have to actually physically be in the polling place on Election Day anymore in Pennsylvania. So all of that is a plus. Call 215-686-3462 and talk to the City Commissioner. That's it for me. I'm getting out of the way for the next great program coming to you here at LaSalle TV. And make sure you check us out next time. Don't forget, everybody, life is so very fragile. Handle it with prayer. See you again.